Hi, I hope you're doing well. My name is Bruna, and today we're going to share some tips on how to connect to Artemis. And our first tip is to connect to your feminine energy. Artemis was extremely connected to her intuition, to her instincts. She knew her essence and she acted according to that. Often in society, we women have so many roles to play, and we end up doing things according to what we need to do and not what we want to do. We enter this pilot mode, just following all our obligations and responsibilities, and we forget to ask ourselves, what do I want to do now? What do I like doing? And when we start asking these questions after such a long time, not asking ourselves, we just don't know how to answer them. And how crazy is that? We are so in touch with our masculine energy that we don't allow ourselves to understand what we want to do rather than what we need to do. That's why connecting to Mother Earth, connecting to our inner child is so important, because connecting to these two elements that reside inside us, we can tap into this feminine energy and we can get to know ourselves better and really connect to our essence. And then we can act according to this essence, so according to our true selves. Tip number 2 is to surround yourself with women. One of the easiest ways to connect to this feminine energy is to have a women's support group that will be by your side along this journey. And it doesn't need to be necessarily a women's circle where you need to sit and meditate. It's simply to have women in your company that you're going to be able to share and feel supported by them. Create this space where you and your friends enjoy doing an activity together and bond around that activity. And this can really bring you closer to this feminine energy. And if you feel supported by these women, it's very strong and it's very powerful for your process and for your journey. Tip number 3 is to go to nature. I know it sounds quite obvious, but we don't do this quite often, especially when we live in big cities. So allow yourself to go camping, for instance. Disconnect from all technology and just allow yourself to sync with nature. I know it's not always easy to throw everything up and say, oh, I'm gonna go camping for 2 weeks or something like that. So there are also practical ways that you can achieve that. So you can go on beach walks, you can go walk in the park, discover a new part of the city that you didn't know that has more nature. You can go on very short hiking trips or short biking trips. Anyways, just be creative, just allow yourself to be more connected to nature. Our tip number 4 is to manifest. Now that we've already tried all the other tips and we already understand what we want and what is more connected to us, then we will be able to picture perfect scenarios, ideal scenarios in our lives. So the ideal routine that you would like to have, or the ideal trip that you would like to have, or in general, the ideal future you would like to have. Once you know what you want, you write down on a paper and you start manifesting it. You are inviting the universe to work with you. You are allowing the universe to help you. And this is very powerful. And tip number 5 is to speak up. Artemis would always voice her opinions, her points of view. She would always make sure that the other knew what she wanted and how she was doing things. So I strongly recommend you to start speaking up. And if this is very hard for you, if this is a struggle for you, then I recommend you to work on your throat chakra, which is the communication chakra. You can do so many things to help develop this ability of speaking your truth. You can sing more often. You can do some mantras, you can do some meditation, focus on the throat chakra. Even some yoga practices also focus on the throat chakra. If you're at school or at uni or even at work, by doing presentations, you can also activate the throat chakra, or just by simply speaking up on a meeting. But basically in general, just remind yourself that your opinion always counts, that you always have to feel safe to express your opinion and to express your points of view and to let people know which are your boundaries, what you want to do, what you don't like to do, what are your dreams, and what are your utmost desires. So these are our 5 tips on how to connect to Artemis. Let us know if you would like to go any deeper into any of these tips, if you would like some more tools so you can work on your self-development. I hope that this helped you and that it motivates you to strive for inner balance. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next video. Bye!